Well, it is my pleasure, and thank you for taking the time to do this. How's the day going so far? The day off?
Oh, great. I think, we're like 3.5 weeks or something into this tour, and I think everyone is kind of hitting that point where they're getting a little tired and everyone's feeling a little bit just like I think we needed the day off today. Everyone was looking forward to it. We just had like a 6 or 7 day streak, and everyone's just like, I need to sleep, I need to do laundry, I need to just do nothing for a while. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's chilling.
It's great to be back in the position where you can even complain about the tour life.
Exactly. I was just talking about that to somebody that like, even though like right now I'm a little gassed right now, but like I would so much rather be out here than be at home personally. Like I spend enough time sitting on my ass. I like to be out here and do the thing.
Mm-hmm. It's just that you're not quite match fit, as it were, basically get into the swing of things properly again, doing this on a regular basis.
Mm. We did our first tour back over summer. It was a headliner. And I think it was great. It was so fun, but that was definitely the tour. Everyone was kind of adjusting again. So it was our first tour back. And then this one, I feel like we're all in our groove. We all know the biz. You all know what we're doing again. And to be honest, I feel like I feel the best I've ever felt on stage in my entire career right now. So, I mean, I feel great.
Why is that, do you reckon? Just better, more fitter, but a bit more adjusted? What is that?
I don't know what it is, but like I'm driven. I'm extremely hungry for it right now. And like, I don't know, it doesn't matter what's going on or how many people are there, or like the show's sick, the show's whatever. I just like to get up there and fucking destroy shit, man. That's just where I feel comfortable. It's where I feel at home, and I'm really just running with it right now.
Is that the mindset of everyone? Is everybody in the Spite camp kind of currently switched on for what you're doing?
I think so. I mean, I think I'm not sure. We have Never Say Die coming up soon. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make it out to any of the shows. But I would love if you came and saw us live, man. We have a really, really fun stage show, I guess. I don't know. Everyone goes hard as fuck. So yeah, I hope you can come out. You can come check it out for yourself, dude.
Yeah, it's London. London. You're at it's my local. So
oh, okay. When we fly in, we have a layover in London for like 2 hours, I think. So come hang with the boys, man.
What else is kind of keeping you guys busy at the moment? Are you just focusing right now heavily on just doing these shows?
Well, yeah, we just came out with a record a few months ago, Dedication to Flesh, and we're really trying to just be on the road as much as possible right now and get people to hear us and see us live, because we feel like we're a band that translates extremely well live, sometimes better than our old records, which we feel now Dedication to Flesh is the first record that we feel like embodies what Spite really is. But I don't know. I think what we really want to be doing right now is just playing shows. I talked to our agents and I was like, just keep us on tour as much as possible, and that'll make us happy. So
there's a big world out there, but I mean, the dust it's beginning to settle. We're not even close to at that stage yet. It only came out in August. Dedication to Flesh. How have you found the reaction to it so far? From what I know, what I've been paying attention to is that people are loving it.
I don't really think I've heard anything bad, really. I feel like most people are saying it's their favorite album that Spite's ever put out, which is extremely gratifying for us because we worked so long on this album, 3 years on this record. And I think it really paid off as far as people, our fans digging it, because, it is a little different than our older stuff for sure, but people are liking it. People are like, it's still Spite. It's just Spite evolved, which is exactly what I want to hear. And I think that, for new people discovering Spite, this album has to make its rounds. I want to milk it as much as possible. But I think for new fans, this is a great spot for new people to fall in love with this band,
Yeah, almost not a debut, but it has that debut feel if you're brand new coming in and discovering this evolution of where you're currently at right now.
Yes. I feel like Spite is in its best state right now.
Do you feel as though the record, though, considering the 3 years you spent on it and what happened during those 3 years, that it's a strong encapsulation of not only where you were at, but where you're heading now?
Absolutely. It's, that record is full of bitterness and revenge and just like, triumph and coming out on top. And it's exactly what's playing out right now. You know what I mean? And like, we spent those 3 years miserable in such a grueling situation. This album's coming out. It's the best work we've ever put out. And we're starting to get the tours that we want to get. And we're about to, you know, stuff we can't announce yet and all. But like, I believe more in Spite than I ever have in my life. And I just can't wait to see what happens, you know?
Oh, that's an awesome way to put it. What about when it comes to the tracks in the album? Is there one that you found, right, that listeners, fans, have taken to more than perhaps you would have expected when it first came out? E.g., you looked and went, okay, those are the songs people are going to love, but turns out there's another.
You know, I personally love the whole record front to back. I really believe that it's a song you can listen to, like you could click start in the beginning and enjoy it all the way through. I really do. I feel like each song stands out in its own way, has its particular, you know, parts, and they're all different sounding. You know, you don't get bored because it's all different. Excuse me. Personally, I wasn't sure how Lord of the Upside Down was going to do. The first song on the album, you know, it was a really, it's obviously, it's our intro song. And I just wasn't sure. That seems to be one of the more popular ones now. And then the last song on the record, I you know, I hope the last song on the record would translate well, and people seem to really, you know, identify with that one. And my brother wrote that song, Crumble, and he went fucking nutso with it, and I was glad, you know, him directing me in the studio for that one. It was an awesome experience, man. But yeah, it's cool because if you go on, like, you look at our stats, or you go on like Spotify or whatever, it's like there's a nice even, like, everyone's listening to everything, but then the last song on the album still sits higher than some of the other ones. You're like, that means people are going back and listening to, like, you know, I don't know. It's cool to see. It's cool to see, watch everyone kind of obsess over it and dive into it a little bit, you know?
It is awesome as well, though, to get that level playing field, because as you said, it's suggesting that it's the entire thing's digestible. It's not, people aren't chopping and choosing, and one song's got 10 million hits, well, one only has 4.
It's the first record that we put out that I feel like I have not a single gripe with. Like, there's nothing I would go back and change with this album. I'm so happy with it. I know everyone in our band is happy with it, and like, I've never been more proud, you know?
Do you feel as though your hard work over the last few years is beginning to pay off? And has that success started to sink in a little?
You know, I don't know if it's paid off yet. I think we have a long way to go. I think, you know, taking those 2 years off took a pretty big hit financially for us as a band as well. And I think, you know, these first tours back are kind of helping us get back on our feet. But I do see the future. Like, I can see down the road, and I know that the future is very bright for this band. And I'm all along for the road, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it. You know, Spite's been around since 2014. I've been playing in bands before that and stuff. And this is all I do. This is all I want to do. And I'm going to make it fucking happen. And I believe it is happening now. So.
From your perspective, what is it? Well, yeah, but from your perspective, what has it taken to get Spite to this incredible stage? As you say, 2014, that's only 8 years ago.
Yeah. We have been on this train nonstop since we started, just touring and just working our fucking asses off, man. I know a lot of other bands do the same, but like, you're right. It hasn't even been 10 years since we've been a band, and things kind of moved quick as a young band. It got us into the playing field a little bit. We got in pretty quickly as far as that went. But, you know, like, our tours, we seem to be just kind of leveling up every time. You know what I mean? We just move up in the slot. The fan base gets bigger and bigger, and I could just see the growth coming at quite a rapid pace, especially with this new album out.
What is it, though, from your perspective, that's connecting Spite to so many people, not just around the world, but from different walks of life?
Well, to me, it's no gimmicks. You know what I mean? So, you know, some people might argue that it is, but I don't believe it is. I believe it's very genuine. And like, when you come see us play live, it's something that you can feel no matter what genre of music you like, whether it's subgenres of metal or what, you know, whatever you listen to. You could come watch Spite live and identify with it, because it's angry. Everyone gets angry, and like, it's not like we get up there and we're just playing our riffs and I'm just trying to sound like 100% on the mic. It's like, we're having a fucking like fit up there, bro. And like, it's something that radiates so much energy that I don't think you can turn away from it. You know what I mean? It's like watching a fucking scary movie. It's like pulverizing, and you're just like, wow, you know. And I think that our live show and our record really translates that, and I think that people are just grappling onto that feeling. Like, it makes you feel something. Either you're clenching your fist or like whatever it is. It definitely, you know, sits with you for sure.
A bit of a symbiotic relationship between you and the crowd, would you say, in the sense that while we stand there and watch and feel the passion and honesty and anger coming from the stage, but likewise, the world around us right now is an ugly, ugly place, no matter where you live, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better,
Indeed.
which in turn creates anger from an audience. Is that something you feed off too?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I've worked hard to kind of like become a much more level-headed person. So I don't, you know, I'm not fucking pissed off all the time and whatever. And you know, Spite's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I have a place to channel, you know, those feelings and my emotions and my anger, and like to be able to have like an entire room of like sometimes like hundreds of people saying the words and screaming the same things and feeling it. It's like, that shit's real, man. Like, it's out there and there's an audience for it. And it's, you know, I don't know, Spite's very special. I feel like our fan base is one of the best fan bases in the music scene. And you know, I say that all the time. They're extremely supportive. They love, you know, to buy your merch. They love to, like, anytime we bring out another band, they will always support the opening acts. You know, they show up wearing your t-shirts. It's just, it's crazy. I don't know, metal, I mean, there's obviously different subgenres of metal and stuff, but I feel like the fan base that Spite has specifically is a kind. They're good people. You know what I mean? They're people that take care of each other. It's, I don't know. I belong in like a Facebook thing, like a Spite group on Facebook, where I just watch people talk and share different stories and whatever. It's like the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Like, it's just, it's created a community, like within a community. I think that's really cool.
I almost feel that nowadays that's more the dream than anything else, because ultimately making a ton of money out of being in a band these days is very, very difficult. But the idea that you grow a community that's supportive of not just you, but each other was simply fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's just a show. I don't think going to the Spite show is just a show. I really think it's an experience. And that's why the same people that have been coming, you know, 8 years ago, they come over and over again every single time we come through, and it just builds and builds and builds. And it's like, well, I don't think we're ever going to be a band that people check off a list like, oh, I saw them live, I don't got to see them again. You know, I want people to like see us and then get home after that show, have that adrenaline going, and be like, when the fuck is this band coming to my town again? You know, I live for that shit.
How about further afield, though? Have you been surprised by your overseas popularity? The stats online kind of speak for themselves when it comes to that.
You know, I don't know too much about it. I'm about to find out. So it's going to be my first time in Europe and the UK, and then we have that Australia tour coming up after that. And this is our first time Spite is going worldwide, and it's really exciting. And we're going out with like the sickest fucking bands. So it's really going to be an eye-opening experience. And I've been looking, I know all the guys have been looking forward to this for a long time, because it's been overdue since we, you know, to go overseas. So you know, everyone's been telling us Spite is going to, you know, translate so well over there. Everyone's going to love you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm ready. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the de facto spokesperson for the UK, but Spite's style of music and what you guys do is incredibly popular over here. Enough so that I think if people didn't know where you were from originally, they might presume you were from the UK.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that gets me even more excited to go.
Well, the venues in the UK, I mean, we're talking it's between the 8th and the 12th of November. The Never Say Die tour is out with some incredible bands all across a couple of cities throughout the UK. Each of the venues, you know, I know them all well. They're incredible places. The one nearest to me, London, is it's gonna light up, man. I can't even.
Awesome.
Which, you know, I've never seen you guys live, so I can't wait to see you there play it, because I know the well, and I know what other bands have done there. But for someone like me, and for others who might be coming to that tour but have never heard or seen Spite, what can people expect from your show?
Um, energy, man.
Yeah.
It's such an energy. Like I mean, we kind of touched base on it a little bit already, but it's something that you just cannot ignore. You can't turn your head away from it. And like if you're in that room, you're gonna experience Spite. Like it's just, I don't even know how else to explain it. I always want to create a very unique experience. You know, I hate, you know, personally just watching bands that I love and identify with, and I see them live and they're boring as fuck, or they're like, you know, it's just like, it's not like they get up there and they're like, oh, I have to perform my set. You know what I mean? It's like rehearsing music. It's like, bro, it's like, that's heart and soul right there. We get up there and like, we kill ourselves on stage to make it awesome, you know? And I guess that's what you could expect.
I mean, I
over the top.
Yeah, you did go into detail before now, and I kind of waited it because I did do some digging around earlier on, wanting to find some sort of, you know, even the guerrilla style iPhone video footage of you playing live to kind of get an inkling, a feeling of what it is. And the word that kept coming up for me was exhausting. Not just because I'm nearly 40 and can't go in the pit anymore. Exhausting for you guys on stage. 30 minutes an hour. It seems like you're coming off and it's pure adrenaline, sweat, and exhaustion.
Yes. You know, it's funny. We're on this tour we're on right now. We have like a 40 or 45-minute set or something like that. And we're cramming 13 songs into that set because we're just like, we want to play as many songs as possible with like as minimal talking in between, and just bang, 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 just like punch these motherfuckers in the face and get out and just leave them like, whoa, you know? So by the end of that set, though, I'm just cooked, man. I'm just like, I'm like dying, and I'm like, I still have 4 more songs to play. Like, but it's fun. That adrenaline carries you, man. It really does.
You can rest afterwards. That's the point, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I got 40 minutes tonight. I got to fucking bust my ass, and then it's it.
Yeah, I think if anyone's listening and watching to this and is in the UK, for any of these cities, Manchester, London, and else Birmingham and so on, they really need to make sure they get to this you guys, because I'm 99% sure that everybody that does come, not knowing you, is going to be talking about it afterwards.
Yeah.
You're going to steal the show.
You know, we're lucky enough that on our first time coming to Europe and the UK that we landed a really good slot on that lineup where I feel like we'll be playing in front of a good audience, you know. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's a popular tour. It's I can't remember if this is the first time it's back since the pandemic or if it came back last year.
Excuse me. Yeah, we were supposed to do it last year and then it got canceled again. Yeah.
That's it. It does make sense. Yep.
Yeah, it was like a Mirror and Polaris or something, and we were going to do that, and now it's Suicide, Silence, and After the Burial.
Yeah, we're slowly getting back to some form of normalcy in this country, and it's still there hanging over us. So fingers crossed, everything goes great, everybody stays well, and this all goes ahead next month.
Totally, man, for real. Everything seems to be going smooth here, so I'm hoping you guys, you know, are kind of in the same boat soon, you know.
Have you looked into the news over here? We are such a mess of other things. Nobody's thinking about.
Oh man. Yeah.
All right, Darius. Last one then before you go. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of the day. And it's simply this: it's October, it's spooky season, and we love horror on our website. It's kind of what we do as well. So I wanted to ask you, what does for you your perfect Halloween night look like?
It's so funny because I mean, the last few years, like Halloween, I didn't really get to do anything because of COVID, right? So then before that, I felt like I was always on tour during Halloween. So I've never actually like celebrated Halloween at home in a really long time. So it would be nice to actually go home and spend some time on a cool costume and like do something badass and like have a fun night with my guys or something. I don't know. That sounds fun, but like, I don't need to do that to have a good time. I love watching horror movies, love just staying in and chilling too. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't like experienced Halloween in like a normal way in such a long time. But I know we're playing. I'll be home for Halloween this year, right before I head over to see you guys. And I've just been out here. I haven't even like thought about it, you know? So I know we play Pomona on the 29th. So I guess that's like technically our Halloween show. before we get home, and I want to do something, you know. I want to wear like a mask or do something kind of gnarly, at least for that show, and have a good time, you know.
It'll be a Saturday night as well, so it's a perfect party night.
What's that?
It's a Saturday night as well, the 29th, so perfect.
Yeah, and in LA, it's going to be great. I think Burials is in town at the same time, and I think, you know, who knows what can happen. We can get into some shit, I'm sure. Yeah, that's the perfect Halloween night. Spite and Burials hang out and do something stupid, you know.
Fantastic. Darius, again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. Good luck in the rest of this tour, and see you in about 3 weeks time, 4 weeks time in the UK.
I'll see you there, man. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?